Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsom, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. What is up, folks and friends, team and family? What's cracking? Tony, hey, champion. Albert Chin, Mike Teague, Matthew Torres, what's up, dude? Mason's here, Ron's here, Juan Luis says hola, which is Spanish for hello. What's going on, folks? Glad that you're here. Chris Lawless says, great to be here, loving the free week. Yeah, you having fun, man? That's great to hear, dude. I'm so excited. I'm really glad you like it, and hope it's been valuable for everyone who's here, and you've been enjoying it. I was pleasantly surprised by the amount of people that was unaware that this was happening earlier in the morning day trading room. So let me make sure I at least bring this up, because there was a lot of people that did not know that this was occurring. I did rent out a ginormous luxury yacht for a bunch of traders to join me on June 12th through the 19th. Right? 8 days, 7 nights, up to 36 guests. They're all going to be amazing trading legends, and I want you to come. So if you live anywhere near Croatia, this is like a must. And if you've never been to Croatia, this is a must. It's, in my opinion, still very, very reasonable and quite affordable. It's $5,000 for a room, twin bedroom cabin. And if you're going to bring your spouse, it's 11 grand for the two of you. There's only 8 spots left out of 36. I do expect this to potentially be gone very, very soon. So just so you know, it's everything, right? Meals, alcohol, food. We're going to have a private chef. It's going to be absolutely legit. So come on, team. Let's go, okay? Hector says, are babies allowed? LOL. I like that you mentioned LOL. Because my baby's not coming. Leaving my man at home. Anyway, so just make sure that you guys all kind of know that that general area. I think it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be phenomenal. I just want you all to know. All right. Let's go through the broader markets really quick. So SPY. Again, possible flag pattern where we go lower. That's absolutely reasonable. Very, very possible. And we did hit the 200 simple moving average today on the SPY, and we did fail that. So we talked a little bit about that yesterday. I did buy some puts there, and I did sell them after the FOMC meeting. Type in a 3 if you remember that discussion just yesterday. Right? I said, hey guys, that 200 is a really good resistance. Snag a few puts off of there. There's Hector's. There's all his 3s. There's my boy Steve. There's Justin Maxwell. Again, that didn't have to be a huge, huge trade, but again, just a quick little whoop, 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 whoop. Right? Bunch of bull candles, because we were at 421. So the 200 was 5% higher. I mean, just imagine and think about and consider the amount of people who would love to make 5% in a year on their portfolio. You could have made 5% if you bought SPY right Monday and sold it today. Could have made 5%. Just so let that just really, resonate and come home. So anyway, if you bought some puts there, here's what the 5-minute chart looks like on just like an intraday level. And this was a really, really beautiful, beautiful spike. I did take advantage of this spike by selling some volatility, and I'll cover that in just a second. But this is a little bit more of an advanced trade. We're not going to dive into this massively in today's section, but I was able to sell some options on the markets against that little spike right there as well, specifically on Tesla, and just kind of take advantage a little bit of the volatility. And we'll talk about that when we look at Tesla's gap down. But anyway, we'll see what happens. I mean, again, can we go lower? Absolutely, for sure. My guess tomorrow, small gap down, bull candle close. If I had to guess, and that's really all I do anyway, that's probably what we're going to do tomorrow. We'll see. Now, can we gap up? Of course. All right, we could gap up and we could trade up a little bit higher. That's actually what I want. That's my preference. That's what I would prefer. Here's the Qs. And the Qs, right? We are, we made a little bit of a lower low. So this is technically called an outside day. I don't talk about outside days all that often, but this is an outside day. So essentially engulfing the entire prior day, which is, I mean, essentially a big deal. And yes, the sentiment is still a little bit bearish for sure. But if we're just asking ourselves, how low are we going to go? Who knows? I wish I knew. But I can say this. That's a pretty bearish candle. I'm not as bearish as you would imagine because I just essentially think that we're already pretty low on the Richter scale of how far we've moved down. So I'd like to see us get a little bit more bullish love and just expect some longs to come in and just kind of push it around and maybe bounce a little bit higher. Again, we will see. I don't know for sure. Can we break lower? Absolutely, right? If we gap down tomorrow, it'd be a pretty damaging gap for sure, but I think it would recover relatively quickly because again, this is a huge bear day. Calvin says, are you buying puts off the 200 on the Qs? Absolutely yes. So these purple lines are where I'm buying puts, and I missed my 50 EMA on a weekly by about 20 cents, and I'm very, very upset about that. This is the sound of someone who's quite upset. So these purple lines, this is the 50 EMA on a weekly. So if we go to the weekly chart, pull the 50 up, there it is. Right? 50 EMA on a weekly, 10 EMA on a monthly, and 200 on the daily. Those are going to be some, right? As we trade back up into there, that's going to be a little bit of a resistance. Now, again, can we go higher? Absolutely, team. Right? Tomorrow we could have a small gap up and we slowly peel up higher. So let me show you the hourly chart. Here's the hourly, and it's just, you know, we're hanging out. So my plan is towards the, you know, right, almost the exact low, not quite, but close to here. I did buy some calls on the Qs for February. I thought the Fed decision was good. Thought it was pretty normal. Essentially what we all kind of expected, nothing too crazy, nothing too wild. You know, we sold off with it, but it wasn't anything bad. Better than expected early January, says Jose. Yeah, so I bought calls towards the low because this market has been rewarding people who buy low and sell high. Crazy as that sounds. Big bull days, buy puts, all right? Big down days, buy calls. It has been rewarding that. So I did snake him some calls, and we'll see if that helps at all and what ends up happening. But that's my thoughts on the Qs. Here's the Dow Jones ETA and Dow Jones ETF. Again, a little bit of a higher high, a little bit of a higher low, a little bit of a lower shadow. Weekly chart, insane high wave bull candle. This is crazy town. Absolutely redonkulous because very, very good support. But if we break below there, I mean, it's stock getting for sure. And then here is the IWM. And the IWM just, it looks a little bearish. It looks like a bearish retest pattern. It looks like a rest after battle candlestick pattern, right? It doesn't look super strong. We can go lower. I don't know why we can't. There's no real reason that we can't. And if we do, implement full shields, boys. That's essentially what we've got to do. Okay. So that's kind of a bigger, broader view of the markets. These are the stocks. A lot of the stocks you guys requested. I think we'll be able to get through most of them. Probably all. No, we'll get through all of them. Yeah, for sure. So let's get started. CF Industries. This is the daily chart. And we looked at this one yesterday. We had 3 traders ask about it. And so this analysis did play out relatively well, right? 3 huge bull candles in a row, huge volume as well. This is the monthly chart on CF Industries, all-time high since 2006. All-time high. So since it's the highest it's ever been, all that kind of huge volume, be very cautious, in and out, be quick. Be quick. So huge bull volume, quick little retest, in and out, this much bull volume, this high at an all-time high will bring in some sellers. So just be cognizant of that. If you have some shares, protect yourself. General Electric. This thing is on a slip and slide lower. The 100 and 200 on the weekly is about 84, right around 84. So just keep that in mind. I do think it can go much lower. We are at a support. Exact same price we bounced last time. So if we trade back up into here, I'd probably short it and trade down into long-term averages. That makes a lot of sense to me on GE. If you're playing at something like that, 94.32 by 98.88 and trade down into 84. Doesn't look super strong, but you do want to short it a little bit higher than it is now because it's really out of support. It's at the exact same price that bounced recently. Okay. FM almost L. FML. I'm going to wait one more day. We're going to come back to this one tomorrow. It did not take out the low and it did not close below the low. So we're gonna see. You have 4 bear candles in a row. If we get a bull candle tomorrow, it'll be a really easy trade. If we get a close, let me make this red. So if we get a bear candle close tomorrow below here, we can just short a pullback because we'd have 5 bear candles in a row. You'd probably expect a pullback at that point. This is the emerging markets ETF. And again, this just looks like a very, very nice head and shoulders. Looks like a super duper head and shoulders. So that's FM. We'll see what it does. If anything, maybe nothing. But I'll put it on the list again for tomorrow, just in case. All right. Had some requests for Matterport. Sounds like one of those fake Ben & Jerry ice cream flavors. Welcome to Matterport. This is low, man. I'd have a hard time shorting it down here. This looks like exhaustion volume on the short side. I think it'd be so cool if we just had a nice gap up and run tomorrow. That'd be a lot of fun. Not only on this, but just kind of like the market in general. Matterport. Man, that is a lot of bear volume. Is that the most bear volume ever? It is. Most bear volume ever, pretty much right at the all-time low. Lowest close of all time. Yeah. If I were looking at playing this one, I'd probably look for a gap up and I'd probably play it bullish tomorrow. It's just a lot of bears who are trying to press this thing down, and it's not like it's not low. I mean, give us a wave 4 for Jiminy Christmas. Just needs some type of rotation. There's a lot of stocks out there that need that. So I'm very intrigued to see what happens tomorrow. Walmart, ticker symbol WMT. Walmart. So talking about a nice long-term stock. I mean, Walmart's a great one. This is a fun trade for today. I did not take this, obviously, but look at this close. We talked a little bit about this recently, but type in a 6 if you remember me saying how bearish it is if you close below a very, very strong hammer immediately the next day. Yeah, so that's, again, I didn't take this trade, but I'm just looking at it. If I would have seen this yesterday, I do think that I would have gone, okay, that's a pretty strong short. So number one, it's Walmart, right? So it's not going to go straight down to zero. So you're going to get some buyers, but maybe short it off the low of this candle, off the low of this candle, and maybe off the low of that candle. So you're expecting some type of retest, and then you short it on the downside. That's probably how I would have played Walmart today. I would have shorted right about there. Stop probably would have been up there somewhere, and I just would have expected a quick in and out. So we would have gotten filled, and I probably would have closed right at the end of the day. Right? It's Walmart, and you're out of support. We've been down here before. Boom, boom, and boom. So I'll just take the quick gain. That would have been a little bit of a scalpy scalp for me, but it would have been a very high probability scalp. And that's it. Walmart closing below the 100 simple on the weekly for the first time in a while. This week's not over. Got a lot of week left. But ironically, that price I was looking at also happened to be the 100 simple in the weekly, which is really intriguing. So again, I'm not saying Walmart's about to take a walloping, but I can say that it hasn't pulled back in quite a while. And if I were shorting it, I'd probably short it around the 100 simple in the weekly chart on a pullback. Yep. That looks nice enough bearish for me to put on the list for next week and talk a little bit about Walmart and going from there. Yeah. Okay. That's it. Next on the list, let's go down through here. Neo. Just keep missing Neo. What are you going to do? Talked about it all day yesterday, essentially just crying like a giant baby how I can't catch any money on Neo. Cry, cry, cry. Nothing I can do. It's just going to keep going lower. Short whatever, pull back if you get a chance. The best thing I could imagine would be a pullback into 28, and I could short the bricks off of that thing up there, or buy some puts, but I think it's going to go a little bit lower. Probably missed it. Oh, well. Too bad. Raytheon, RTX Technologies. So Raytheon, now this is an interesting one. If I'm looking at just the 10 EMA, right? Huge volume. Earnings is over. This is a bear high wave candle, but it did not close above that moving average, and that's okay. So if I'm looking at this, I would just kind of say, yeah, if it breaks above, great. If it breaks below, probably more bearish than bullish. Long-term double bottom right here. Raytheon's been around forever. Don't think it's going to go anywhere. Big, nice blue chip, company to stay long in long term. You're at all-time highs, right at a resistance. I'd probably wait. Yep. Nothing that I see that's super, super intriguing and mega exciting presently. Okay. Next on the list, PayPal. And again, PayPal, I mean, this is a pretty decent gap up today, I thought. Now, the only reason that we sold off, I shouldn't say the only reason, but we held really well the entire day until the Powell plunge. The good old Powell plunge. And I wanted to short everything when that bull candle came in and just play on the downside, but I'm a chicken and I didn't. It would have been a really, really easy, super obvious trade, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm a scaredy cat. I'm a scaredy cat when trading news events. Just a little bit of a loser. So PayPal, I mean, we're at the 200 simple. Is it going to keep getting absolutely beat up? Maybe. Earnings isn't just a few days away. Let's see what we get on PayPal. Long term, it's a good position to be in. I'm in. I got some shares. Buy low, sell high. That's all I got. That's it. That's PayPal. iRobot. Now, iRobot, this was going to be I almost made this a weekly options trade yesterday. I was scanning through the stock, and there wasn't many candles that this happened to, but I did happen to find iRobot yesterday. And out of all the companies out there, there wasn't many stocks that did close below Monday's low yesterday. Walmart was one and iRobot was one. So both of those had some really intriguing weakness. My challenge on iRobot was, and I knew for the free week, we'd have to get a lot of open interest. It was the open interest and the volume on the options for February. There still wasn't tons, unless I was looking at something wrong. I was looking at shorting it right here, which was the open of that bull candle, all of that bull volume. That bull volume's trapped. This bull volume's trapped. Tons of support, bear trends. I was planning on getting in some puts on a pullback off of the lows of those bull candles right there. That's what I was going to do. I don't know if I would have gotten filled today or not because of the open interest or the volume or whatever, but it would have been an okay trade. iRobot continuing to slip down a little bit lower. Weekly chart still looks, well, weekly. Monthly chart looks super intriguing. Still kind of looks bearish to me. Oh yeah, the 100 simple on a weekly is at 62.98. That would have made for an even better 62.98. Wow, it's almost the exact high of today too. Man, I should have really played iRobot short yesterday. Because really, if you can find a great pattern like that, with you got yes, 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 you got 9 yeses in a row. You can play that with decent size. You could have had an entry there, stop right there. That could have been a 2-3 yard trade in one day. Oh well. Whoever requested iRobot, hope you murdered it. All right, next on the list. Speaking of murder, Peloton, PTON, has taken out all of that bull volume already. And I'm sure no one here is long Peloton. You had a chance or two to get out. Short it, I guess, and let it slowly go lower. Or not, or just avoid this name. Your call. But yeah, definitely. Hector says limit buy is set at $1. Wow. $1. Justin's going to buy 1 share at $1. Okay. The crazy part is it still has really interesting movement. But again, this thing held up all day until the power plunge. It was just bang. That was the big drop on the day. So everything held up until J Powell. Jack says, LOL, and then what? Your 1 share goes to 0. I guess so. I guess that's it. I don't know. A lot of you guys don't like Peloton. I'm intrigued by this story. I mean, because here's the truth. Let's take a step back for a second. Charts bearish, yes, all that stuff. There's nothing looks bullish about this. But when people are most fearful, when there's greed and panic and fear in the streets, right? I mean, this thing gets down, let's say it gapped down on earnings to 13. I don't know. I might could take a stab at it. I wouldn't buy a leap, but I could buy some shares and just throw 100 or 200 shares and go, okay, if it goes to 0, great. If it goes up, I'll buy a free Peloton. You know? Yates says the price to sales is going to be 1 soon. Yeah. So again, when fear is just substantial. I mean, I remember the same thing on Chipotle over here. Same thing on Chipotle right back in December 2017. I mean, everyone I talked to was like, Chipotle has rats. They're serving rat food. They cook rats and serve it to you, and the chart looked ugly and it slowly started reversing. It's reversed since, as they might have said. So, again, is Peloton going to do the same thing? I don't know. Probably not. But anyway, it's something I might keep an eye on. Jose says Peloton in the metaverse soon, I bet. Oh, I'm sure they're going to start coming out with some news. They need to. They definitely need to start coming out with something. All right. Next on the list is Etsy. Etsy on the weekly chart. Wow. Like I just put chart after chart. It's just like, bro, where's the bottom? Like you had a gap and go on most things today, and it just got squished. Couldn't tell you. I still like Etsy. I don't have any position in it right now. Made some really good money off Etsy in my day, down 55%. I don't think this business model is changing much. I keep looking at the chart though, and I just have no idea where to get in. So the same price it was October of 2020. I can come down a little bit more. Okay, I'll keep waiting for it. I don't have any position in it right now. I guess just short the pullback. I mean, if it could Etsy, gap down tomorrow, trap a bunch of bulls, go down a little bit, and then have a small bull candle. Yeah, that's kind of what I think the market's going to do anyway. So we'll see. Ulta, Salon and Beauty. Now, this is an intriguing one. So if I just back up a few candles, this is one of those super easy, where should you short situations. So this is Ulta. And I know we've seen what happens, but just looking at it, I mean, type of 9, if that just seems obvious to you. If you've done any kind of technical analysis, like practice or book reading or charts at any point in time in your history, okay, support here, boom, 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 resistance here, some type of multi-top, close below the 200. If I'm shorting, I'm probably going to short here. And that is essentially what happened. Big gap down, boom, right into the 200. Hit it again today, bang. And that's good for 10 points. You know, you don't have to be in that forever. You could just short quick in and out. Is it going to go lower? I don't know. Maybe, probably. This weekly chart doesn't look awesome. There's still tons and tons of weekly candles. You're getting that bull candle closing below these 10s. So keep in mind, even though it feels a little bit bearish, potentially, in some certain stocks, you have a bull candle on a weekly chart. So if we take out that bull candle, you know, there will be some banana peels and some Mario Karts. I think we could expect that to occur. I mean, look at this weekly bull candle close right here in Ulta, August 2019. Bang, retest it for 3 weeks, and then just absolutely fell out of bed. Wow. Sheesh. Let's see if we can get that again. Oh, here's another one. Weekly bull candle closing below. I mean, I'm starting to love this 10 EMA strategy. It's good. Oh, here's another one. There it is. We will see, team. Things could get interesting. Okay. Next on the list, we got Marathon Oil. So I forget who requested Marathon Oil yesterday, but I believe that particular person bought the dip. You got 4 white candles in a row. Boom, 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 boom. So gap up, sell off makes tons of sense. Here's the resistance right here. Old resistance, new support, right? S curve made a new high. So buy low, sell high. So if you're going to do an S curve again, you're going to essentially, right, just buy off this. That's how the waves work. Look at that. Take a screenshot of that, team. That's literally how I make money monthly. That's it. That pattern. I wish I was cooler than that, but I'm not. I'm not. New high. I'll be like, oh, cool. Looks like a 1, 2, 3. Wave 4 pulls back into old resistance, new support at the top of wave 1. I'll buy there. I'll sell here. Great. that's trading. Find that pattern. There's your entry. You got it filled yesterday, and then it kind of just slowly popped up today. Looks pretty good. This is the weekly chart, by the way, right? So when you come here to the daily chart, that's exactly what happened. You just got your chance to pull back into here, and that was the bounce. Really, really clean bear candles right here in December. Nice break, good run up. So if I come to the monthly chart on Marathon Oil, 200's at 22.20. Resistance is here. So I'd say if I'm looking at playing this one, I'm probably going to try to buy the pullback again at 1771 or 1776, hashtag America's birthday, and then sell it at 220. Okay. That's it. That's how I would play Marathon Oil. Next on the list is Exxon Mobil. So XOM. Exxon Mobil. And I don't think I got filled on the weekly options newsletter today. Set up in my swing trading account. I was just doing my day trading account all day, but I did not get any alerts. I don't believe we got filled on that at all. So today is what? Wednesday. So we can leave this open for tomorrow. If this doesn't trigger tomorrow, we'll cancel. And that's that. If it does trigger tomorrow, my plan is to sell it on Friday and or Monday. Earnings are on Tuesday, so I like to get in and get out. Even if it's not at the target, if we buy at 136 and we have to sell it at 146 and we make 10 cents on the option, oh well, woohoo. A 10% return, how morbid. Other than that, this is the weekly chart. Mason says, will you send the sell order? I mean, the target's already there, so you already have that. If I buy it tomorrow and I sell it before it hits the target on either Friday or Monday, I will let everyone know. Yes. Oh, gotcha. Monthly long terms. We are right on top of them. Interesting to know. So this is the chart without dividends. If you adjust the chart for dividends, it's a whole different chart because Exxon pays ridiculous dividends. Pays some great divvies. As you can tell, look at that. Look at that chart difference. Adjusting it for dividends. This is a whole different chart. Interesting. Okay. We will see what happens on ExxonMobil. Next on the list, Slumberger, also known as Slumberger. And again, this was a really nice trend. Had earnings pulled back into the averages, just a good bounce. Trend looks nice. All resistance, new support here would be at about 36.66. Here's your weekly chart. We took out a bear candle on the weekly. Here's your long-term moving averages on Slumberger. We're slowly breaking out of the 200. So that looks pretty good to me from a strength perspective. Monthly chart, we're forever away, right? Slumberger has been around since 1969. You got a double bottom here on the monthly, close above the neckline, breaking out of this resistance. It looks good. So, I mean, as far as new highs and new lows, it's making them. Volume looks pretty good, right? So we are in a bullish trend on Slumberger on all time frames at this point. So buy dips, stay in long, protect yourself. Looks comfy. I'll put that on the list for next Tuesday, just so we'll have it. And let me scroll down here. All right. Slumberger. Got it. Oh, yeah. I could just click clear list. I keep forgetting that. All right. Next on the list is Gen Impact Limited. So this is one that we were talking about yesterday, where essentially we're looking for it to, you know, we talked about this support. We're like, all right, well, here it is. If it takes out this support, short on a pullback, I guess. Earnings are about 2 weeks away, and that's what happened. This thing closed below those candles really, really strongly today. Moving averages are pretty steep. Weekly chart, I mean, 4 bear weeks in a row, but you did close below the 50. And the monthly chart, that's at 47.80 is the monthly. Going back to the weekly, 47.80 and 47.80 are two big moving averages on 2 main time frames. Okay, so we come back over here to the daily chart to see how that looks. So it's right about halfway into this candle. All right. It's a lot of volume too. Now I'm just going to pop into the hourly chart, see how this looks. Interesting hammer. There's your bear candle closing below the 10 right there. Okay. Well, we talked about it yesterday. And again, this is, if we do take this short, right, the 50 EMA on a weekly is at 47.86. So it'd be essentially retesting that. So if you were looking at setting up a trade on Genpact and you're the one that requested it, that's pretty much essentially how I'll do it. Target will be right around 46.60, make a new low, and then bing, bong, boom. welcome to Southwest Airlines. We'd love to have you. All right, LUV. So here is the weekly time frame. We're battling the 100 simple on the weekly. We're battling the 100 simple on the monthly. Wow. So we have a lot of resistance here. Tons of resistance. So for me, probably just wait this one out. Let it do its thing. Let it hang out. Don't be too aggressive. I don't see anything that I just absolutely love. And that's it. Yeah, maybe do an iron condor, some type of option strategy. Earnings is right around the corner. So, I mean, if you're going to do an option strategy, this is probably the time. Otherwise, just wait until earnings and come back. I can look at it again tomorrow, see if it's doing anything intriguing. But right now, it's, I mean, absolutely boring station. Upstart holding. Now, Upstart, by the way, does anyone else think of the Bruno Mars song when they pull up this chart? Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. You think he put the in there just to make people mad? I think he did. I think he was like, you know what? Let's just slide the in so that no one can get mad at me. And people will play it on cruise ships and everyone will like me, although I know what's really happening. Just me, huh? Okay, cool. That's what I thought. That's okay. That's fine. Josh says every company with up in his name has been going down. Fact statement of the year. Now, what's interesting is even though this thing has a bear candle, this did close positive for the day, 2 days in a row. Gorgeous trap right here. Very nice hammer. So look at this trap. Broke below this gap, really good lower shadow. That is a very, very pretty hammer. So if you're looking at playing Upstart Holdings Incorporated, it would look something like this. Probably buy off the high of that hammer, stop below the low, and just look for a quick 1.2, 2.2, something like that. A little bit of an in and out. Pretty much it. By the way, if you guys love my jokes and want them to continue, you also like my analysis, I will provide a link to continue this. This is Wednesday. So it's time for a very soft understanding and agreement formation. Here we go. Just so you know what you can get, the morning day trading room, which comes with a beginner room and a regular trading room and access to Slack and access to the official day trading logs. It's, if you do a yearly bundle, it's $24.95 for the whole year, which is nothing if you have more than $40,000 account. And we will give you the day trading weekly options course included in that if you sign up for the entire year. So that's the day trading room. The room you're in right now is the swing trading room, which is this exact thing presently. So you still get Slack, you still get your email recordings, your videos, you get the weekly options newsletter, you get access to the official swing trading log, you get everything that we provide so far for the free week you'll receive. And I will be giving you the intro to options course as well, included at only $19.95 for the entire year. $19.95 for this product for a whole year is really good deal. Right, Jordan? Jordan thinks so. I think this is a fantastic deal. $19.95 a whole year, and you get the intro to options. You get everything you've been enjoying during the free week. Hector says basically free. This is basically free. And then if you do all of it, it's $4,000 for the year, and we'll throw in obviously both the day trading weekly options and the options intro course. So something to keep in mind. That's it for my time right now. Back to UPST. This is how I'd play it. This is what's going to be interesting. Pinterest. Pinterest cannot catch a break for, I mean, Pinterest is just Linterest. I don't know what that was. I was going somewhere and it didn't go anywhere. Poor Pinterest. We set up a weekly options newsletter trade. Missed it by a nickel on that day. And it just, Pinterest is just getting absolutely squashed. Look at this chart, broken. I have no idea where it's going to go. I don't have any position in Pinterest right now. I was all up in Pinterest over here and then started seeing some warning signs. What warning sign you speak of? Oh, I don't know. A 40% drop in a week was one of them. And then this rally in here, and that was my time. I was like, okay, I got it. Lock in profit, got into an epic collar over here, protected myself, and never looked back since. Got back in down here at the support, and when that random PayPal is going to buy Pinterest news story when Pinterest spiked up 40% in a day or whatever it was, I just sold, lock in a profit. I think I made like $2,000 or something. I was like, all right, I'm out. That was it. So anyway, Pinterest, poor Pinterest. Team, like if you want just like essentially a free money put play, like if it trades up in here, just, I don't know, buy puts, short it, whatever you want to do. Don't be long, Pinterest. Next on the list is Pepsi. Pepsi. Give me some Pepsi. High wave candle. Don't know what you're going to do on Pepsi today, but it's not a lot. You can't do tons. So if you're looking at doing something on Pepsi, probably wait long term, let it hang out. Overall trend is bullish. It's Pepsi. Pepsi's not how they make their money. It's all the other companies they own. Pepsi's like their loss leader. Pepsi's the drink that everyone gets when Coke's not available in restaurants. Other than that, they make money everywhere else. I mean, the better stock is not even close, right? Not even close. Good job, Pepsi. All right, Tesla. Give it to my Tesla. Oh, this is not Tesla. What chart is this? That's not a knife. This is a knife. So Tesla is actually gapping up a little bit. That did gap down earlier. So here's the 15-minute chart on Tesla. So it was down some post-market, and right now is rallying just a little bit, which is great. I'm very happy about that. But essentially, it's going to end, when we close, like we'll end if we gap up 4 or 5%, whatever, however much we close at the close of the day. It'll be a decent gap, especially if we open above the high of yesterday. That'll be a pretty strong gap. It will. I did get into an iron condor over earnings. So this is my iron condor. I did post this in Slack. So if you have no idea what iron condor is, I teach it for free in our advanced courses. But this is essentially a volatility play where I took advantage of the massive volatility today by selling a bull put spread and getting into a bear call spread expiring not this Friday, but in 2 Fridays. I will look to buy to close this probably Monday or Tuesday. Yeah, probably Monday or Tuesday. Mike says, did you get any Tesla? I'm in the iron condor, 1150, 1175, 710, 690 for February 11th. It is a pretty good bullish gap. I like it a lot. I'd probably buy the dip tomorrow around 9:45, and we could slowly chill out and let it do its thing. I think Tesla will chop around and trade sideways for a little bit longer, but in general, definitely bullish on it long term. So no fear on a long-term play. Here's the hourly chart, and we'll just turn the extend hours on for a second just to kind of see what it's doing. But the hourly, it's a really nice hammer, and it'll probably open a little bit up tomorrow, maybe a tad flat. It'll have some decent bullishness. That's really about it. It's kind of flat, Yeah, I like the Condor, a lot of the volatility. So, Tesla had these options were trading at 95% implied volatility. which is a lot. So I should be able to buy those back tomorrow. And if not tomorrow, tomorrow's Thursday, maybe Friday. And if not Friday, Monday, Tuesday for a small win. But the longer I hold them and the closer we get to expiration, I mean, the more the profit's going to be. Like unless Tesla goes up 100 points, which is possible, but it has to happen pretty quickly by this blue line. It needs to get all the way up there. And again, in which case I would buy to close this one for a handsome win, let it trade all the way up here, and then probably get into some puts or short the position anyway and expect it to trade back down. So anyway, it'll be fun to see what happens. Tesla usually always has some really good implied volatility. All right, next on the list, General Mills, an even better setup really than yesterday. Even better. So again, if you're looking at playing entry here, stop here. Pretty much it. That's all I got on General Mills. I won't play that. I just don't short food. And that's it. Nothing else to see on General Mills. Lucid. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We can do a trade on Lucid. It did exactly. Now, if I get stopped on this trade, that's fine. Whatever, so be it. This will be my trade. Doesn't work, that's fine. I will lose 2 R's. Can either do this or March 35 puts for 625 and stop loss of 325. I can let you decide what you end up doing, but that's essentially how I'll be playing it. And I will make that, I'll post that in our channel and we'll see if that works. But that's exactly what I talked about yesterday, happened today. So I got in. No idea if it's going to work or not, but I am in new personal swing trade on Lucid. I'll just put the shares in the credit in the journal. I'll fill that out in just a second. Sweet. Today is the 26th LCID. I'm just going to fill it out with the shares. 34.51 with a stop loss at 38.02. Gorgeous. All right, quick trivia question. What movie? Well, I don't know if there's more than one. What movie am I thinking of where one of the characters is named Gorgeous George? Ron says, did you already say you were in Lucid? Yep. I talked about this one yesterday and said, if it closes below these candles, I would buy puts. I will buy more puts if it retests tomorrow. Zach Johnson got it correct. The movie is called Snatch with Brad Pitt and no one else. Gorgeous George. Good job, Zach. Well done. Daniel says that was it, huh? That was it. No one else was in that movie. I'm just kidding. Tons of people. Great film. Great film. Jason Statham was in that. Steve says very underrated film. Oh my gosh, so good. Okay, next on the list, that's Lucid, is SRRA. I did not play this one today, but wow, what an immaculate move. We did have 2 traders who did play this, and congratulations to them. That looks really nice. right? You had tons of bears that were trapped. This was a 10 EMA play, and it did take out the high of that candle. So if you played this, if you played taking out that high, congrats. I mean, this is just like a random short squeeze event that's occurring. Tons of bears are trapped, but there's really no moving average in the way until 34.65. So this thing could get up there. It's absolutely one to watch. Certainly one to put on your radar, because it could just get a squeeze of pretty strong proportions. I mean, there's really nothing stopping it. So if we want to set that up, we can absolutely do that and just do something like this. Try to bite off the pullback of the high of that candle, stop below, target 34.42. Let's see if we get it. All right, pop it in here. New personal swing trade. Okay. That one's a rant. So we got a bullish, we got a bearish, we got a bullish. We got two bull. We're trying to spread around, right? We got some bulls, we got some bears. SRRA 2558, I believe. 2588. And stop loss on that one 2115. Okay. Next on the list, SOFI Technology. So SOFI Technologies is still kind of riding the struggle bus a little bit. It did fill this gap, and we did have a few traders short it today in that gap. We were kind of talking a little bit about that yesterday in the last 2 or 3 days, because this volume and that gap, like there's just a lot of sentiment here, and it got taken out immediately, and I got trapped on that, and I'm sure a few other people probably did too. So I'm kind of looking to short this bad boy. I just want to short it as high as possible. Duh, right? You always want to sell as high as you can. That's the goal. Something like this, maybe. Let me go to the weekly chart just to see if the weekly chart is telling me anything. I mean, we are at a little bit of a support. Basically the open of this candle. And the monthly chart, yeah, it's not bullish. We'd just be shorting a pullback into the 10. This is this is a bull candle right here, and we did take out the low of that candle, which again it closed below the 10 EMA. So technically, this would be a 10 EMA strategy. So what I'll do is I'm just going to move this up to here, move this up 2 more pennies. And let's see if SOFI Technology stops us out twice. 1 bull trade and 1 bear trade. It could. But I'm willing to throw an R out to try it one more time. New personal swing trade. When I got into it, when that day right here, I knew the market was going to tank. I was like, well, this is probably going to be an R thrown away. But just in case the market doesn't go down and this goes up, let's see if it works. Okay, so entry 1324, 1424. Shares. I think it's a good trade based on the 10 EMA. Open because not triggered yet. All righty. Cool deal. Next on the list, Huntsman Corporation. Huntsman. So you do have some bull candles closing below the 10. That's these 2 guys right here. It needs to go below those candles to go, to be considered a bear trade, essentially. The weekly 10 EMA, you're still doing its thing. We're at all-time highs. We've never been higher. This is the monthly chart. Again, never really been higher. So we can definitely go lower. Overall trend looks good. If you're shorting it, got to short it below here. Or you can attempt to short it up here on the low of that candle to stop at the all-time high. Right? So if this is a flag pattern, we continue to flag for a few more days. Great. That's possibility number 1, or possibility number 2, we break down and really start sliding down to Chinatown. 2 choices. We will see. Dick's Sporting Goods, not doing much. This one is so easy to make jokes on. I barely don't even have to write them, but COVID was really, really good to exporting goods. I mean, just went from $20 a share to $140 a share, double top on a weekly chart. And this is just a big old neckline retest. So the question, of course, is it going to roll over? And I don't know. The only thing I would do right now, if I was in on this one, is I'd be getting into collars. I'd absolutely be protecting myself, or I'd be getting into bear call spreads and or bull put spreads for an iron condor. Or the higher it goes, if you want to get in short around 124, you could also consider doing that also. It does look a little on the weaker side, and I'd be looking for more shorts than longs. Gold gap down with FOMC stuff. So gold gap down, essentially just pulling back into some support. The support that you're hugging is the 100 simple on a weekly chart. So I think, and again, this is just my personal opinion, probably the best way to play gold right now is just to be in shares and leave it alone and just sit back and relax and essentially do a lot of nothing for a while. Yep. That's it. All right. Next on the list, Visa. Bull candle closing below the 10 EMA and closing below the 100 SMA. High wave bull candle. Again, it's Visa, so we don't really expect it to just get hemorrhaged. Is it gapping up on earnings? Is that what's happening? No, not really. No real volume. I think earnings is tomorrow afternoon. Don't know. Not really sure. Visa's just kind of hanging out. I wouldn't do anything with it until over earnings, and then after earnings is over, we can kind of see. But I wouldn't specifically be like very strong shorting Visa right now, and just I'd probably wait it out. Coinbase Global still weak. So Coinbase, again, if you're trading it, it's in a bear trend. It's below support to an all-time low. Will it go higher? Yes, eventually. Is this a good time to get in? There's been better times to get in. But if you're getting in here, just do it with small, tiny size because it can go a lot lower. Next on the list, ZIM, ZIM, ZIM Integrated Shipping. We have a really good wave count on this in one of my mentorships, and it's playing out pretty perfectly, right, Justin Maxwell? Good pullback, really nice hammer. And if you're entry there and stop there based on yesterday's candle, great. Today's candle, essentially small little bear candle that did close above the 10 EMA. It did. So we can set that trade up as well. Got a bear candle closing above the 10. Justin says, here we go. About to get skipped again. I know, man. That was so mean. New personal swing trade. So again, we have some bulls. We got some bears. We got some breakouts. We got some limit buys. We got some retests. I'm trying to do a little bit of everything as far as orders go to just give ourselves give myself a chance. Tej says, looks like I'm getting back into Zim. All right, bro. Let's see what we do. Okay. Next on the list is Big Lots. Big Lots has a big bear candle today. Very strong bear candle, still a little bit on the weaker side of a trend, in my opinion. The weekly time frame, right? 200 simples hanging out. So a little bit of a support there, and the monthly, you got a high wave bull candle last month, and we're already taking out the low of it. I'd be more bearish than bullish, but I'd be a little bit neutral. I'd probably be playing this one with a short, like a covered put, right? Shorting shares, selling puts, or bear call spreads, like slightly bearish to kind of non-directional trades on Big Lots. If I were trading it right now, that's what I'll be doing. GOFF Corporation. I probably typed this in incorrectly. Most likely I did. It's looks a little penny stockish, but it does have good volume. And if it gaps above here, we'll see what's going on. David says, someone correct my thinking. With the overall market still down, is that something to consider before getting into the Zim swing? What if they cover and they go bullish, David? If the markets go bullish, then individual stocks might also go bullish. Right? I got some bear trades and I got some bull trades. If it goes down, bear swings will work. If it goes up, the bull swings will work. So we get to see. It's going to be fun, man. Definitely a fun environment. ATOM, Atomera Incorporated. Looks like it's gapping up overnight, but it's on very, very low volume. So that doesn't look like that's the case. No clue what to think about on this stock. It is just absolutely torn to shreds. If I was buying some here, it'd be very, very small size, like tens of shares. And the next one would be all the way down here at the 200 simple moving average at 1059. Steve says, do we not want crypto Atom? No clue. But if we do, I can look at that also. So here's ATOMUSD. And Atom right now, beautiful pullback into the 100 simple moving average. So Atom generally moves kind of a little bit different than the rest of the market. So for me, I know there was a lot of crypto traders that sold Atom here at 36 to lock in a profit, and they're rebuying here at 31.90 and 27.91. I'm a big fan of this coin. I love trading it. It's a lot of fun, very exciting. So buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat. Enjoy. Awesome. Okay. Next on the list is PXD. I only have a few left. Pioneer Natural Energy. Overall trend is bullish. Nothing extremely exciting right now. Monthly chart looks really strong, right? And these energy companies, I mean, buy a dip. Or you're going to have some 10 EMA strategies as well on the energy sector. This could be another one, right? Again, I'd really prefer to get in down here. Would have been better. But if we can take out the high of this candle, specifically getting above 219 with a stop, yeah, the stop risk reward just isn't that great. So Pioneer Natural, just stay bullish or buy the dip. NVIDIA gapping up just a hair pre-market. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but according to the pre-market, it might be. I did buy some calls on NVIDIA today. And here's how I did it. I bought it off of the high here on the retest with a stop just like that. So here's how I played an NVIDIA call option. If you want to play that with me, you're more than welcome to. But essentially is buying off the high, stop low that candle, and let's see if NVIDIA goes up. Next on the list, Vertex Pharmaceuticals. I think earnings are tonight. So keep an eye on earnings. We'll probably look at this one tomorrow. If it gaps down, short it. If it gaps up, go long. Interesting looking compression. LNG, man, I haven't traded LNG in forever. I used to trade the stock all the time back when it was like $40 a share, and I guess I just lost track of it. Yeah, I trade LNG frequently from 2014 to 2020. I don't know why I just stopped trading this thing. Markets treated it very well, though. All-time highs are here. I wouldn't be buying up here in the stratosphere. I'd probably look to buy a little bit more of a pullback. If it pulled back into 84, that is where I would like it. ZNGA. I thought this got bought out. Didn't it get bought out? It did. It did get bought out. Cool. Nothing to really look at on that one. That's a buyouts. And got one more after this one. Global Payments Incorporated. GPN. Earnings not too far away. Weekly chart, we trade down to a support here at 118. Overall trend looks very strong, just slowly goes higher. Monthly chart, 100 simples at 108, nothing too crazy there. And daily chart, we have a high wave bear candle battling the 100. Didn't close above the 10. So I guess best case for me is if it take out the high of that candle, I'd be a little bit more bullish than bearish, and that would pretty much be it. All right, last but not least, let's look at Apple. And Apple is gapping up just a little bit pre-market. Earnings are going to be really, really enticing tomorrow, I believe, but it is gapping up some. And yeah, cool. Bouncing off the 100. I like the hammer, right? If Apple can get a small bull candle tomorrow and slowly break above here, I'd be pretty bullish on it. I'm relatively bullish going into earnings. I think Apple will have an okay earnings. I think Apple will gap up to about 170 and then trade down on earnings. That's just my guess. If I had to pick a guess, that's what it's going to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we only have 2 days left in the free week. I want to continue trading with you. Jessica says, are there any discounted yearly room weights only available to purchase this week? Yes. So this will go away on Monday. So these discounts and the additional bonuses of the classes that will be added to your trading account, they do go away on Monday. So I'm so thrilled that you're all here. I hope you take advantage of the special. I would love to trade with you, work with you, and most importantly, enrich lives with you. We're going to do big things together. And I can assure you that if you're looking forward to growing your mind, your bank account, your life, your finances, and just your overall well-being, I will and can dedicate extreme and exorbitant amount of time to ensuring that exactly that happens for you in your life. All right, team. I'm going to see you all tomorrow, right? Same time, same place. Tuana says, I would love to join the real life trading family. Come on, Tuana. Love having you here. You are phenomenal. Thank you. I'll see you later. And until next time, love life, and trade it. Bye.